So, as we're talking about my revolution, one of the things that kind of struck me today is the struggle to make life change, and what happens when we have setbacks, or we think that we've not done something quite the right way, or we're not quite looking like what we thought we would look like at this point, or how we want. And you know, an analogy that another friend of mine that's a pastor shared with me one time that I wanted to share with you guys, that I feel like helps give a lot of perspective to this whole thing of transition and changing and renewing and becoming someone different. You know, you look at a little packet of flowers like this, and you see these are little perennials. Or see, the thing I like about these ones is they're called Johnny Jump Ups. So flowers are girly, but the name Johnny Jump Up is like for guys, so this covers us all. Pretty sweet. So you get these Johnny Jump Ups. They're yellow, they're purple, these awesome, cool looking little flowers here. And you look at the picture and you think, wow, that's awesome. That's incredible. Who wouldn't want that in their backyard? And see, God does the same thing. He gives us, the moment that we find Him, God gives us this package of us, and He puts this picture on the front and says, redeemed, purposeful Christian. Person that has a plan, somebody that is going to be significant, and we have this idea of what we're going to be and what we're going to look like and what our life is going to entail. And so we get excited about that. We're pumped. 2 months go by, 3 months go by, just excited about who we're going to get to become, and then all of a sudden, some setbacks, something happens. We were praying for something in our family that didn't happen. And so then we start to make some decisions again that were a part of who we used to be, not who we are now. And so all of a sudden, if we were able to go back and make those decisions, are we really the picture? And when we look at our life, we realize that, wait a second, that doesn't look like a Johnny Jump Up. That doesn't look like the picture. I mean, I can barely see that. That's a tiny little insignificant seed that doesn't really mean much. It's not even a Mexican jumping bean. It's just a little tiny seed. And so then we begin to doubt who we are. We begin to wonder, well, maybe I'm not the picture. Maybe God didn't really forgive me. Maybe He really didn't make me whole. Maybe everything they're saying isn't true. Maybe I can't ever be that. Why haven't I become that? They said God forgives in a moment. Why do I still look like this if this is what they're telling me I can be? Because those two things just don't line up. And what I think that we all have to realize is, in order for this to become this, there's a process. In order for you to become the person that God has intended for you to be, there's a process. See, in order for this to become this, you have to dig a hole in the ground. Once you dig the hole, you have to put the seed at the bottom of the hole. Once you put the seed at the bottom of the hole, you have to cover it with dirt. So God said, yeah, I'm going to make you this, but here, you know what, I got to dig a hole, I got to throw you in the hole, and I got to cover you with dirt, and then I got to stomp on it. Then over a period of time, with water, soil, and sun, you will slowly begin to grow and develop into this, and it's a process. And God is saying, I'm okay with the process, but you need to be okay with the process. I understand you're not going to turn into this tomorrow. I realize it's going to be some time, and the cool part is it says in Philippians 1:6 that God is faithful to complete the work He started in you. 1 Thessalonians 5:23 and 24 says, listen, God has redeemed you, and He's saved you for the time that Jesus comes back. And guess what? If He says He'll do it, He will. So today you got to be okay with the process, because God is. This is the picture. This is truth. Don't doubt what will be, because it's not yet. Trust that you can make the change, that you can have the personal revolution, that God's going to give you the strength day by day. So guess what? You don't need to be perfect today. You just need to allow God to do whatever it is He wants to do in your life today that plays towards this picture coming to fruition.